The United States has spent decades and billions of dollars protecting an icy, desolate island that it doesn't even own. Greenland actually belongs to Denmark. If you look at a standard map, that massive investment can seem a bit baffling. Greenland looks isolated, stretched out along the top edge of the world, and far removed from any major geopolitical action. But if you fold that map into a globe and tilt your perspective to look straight down at the North Pole, the geography makes sense. Greenland isn't on the periphery. It sits dead center between North America and Eurasia. Because of that specific location, it has functioned as a central hub for monitoring movement across the Arctic for 80 years. America's interest here didn't begin with modern concerns over climate change. It began with fear. To understand exactly how Washington operates in the Arctic today, we have to look at Greenland across three very distinct spatial dimensions: the sky, the sea, and the ice. During the Cold War, the prevailing anxiety for American military planners was a Soviet nuclear launch. They realized that the absolute shortest route for a ballistic missile traveling from the Soviet Union to the United States wasn't across the vast Pacific Ocean. It was straight over the North Pole. The US military responded by turning Greenland into an essential freezing outpost directly in that flight path. They built what is now known as Pituffik Space Base, formerly Thule Air Base. Its mission wasn't to launch counterattacks. Its sole purpose was early warning detection. Greenland acted as a massive defensive shield in the sky. If a missile came over the horizon toward North America, this island would be the very first place on Earth to see it. But the sky was only half the equation. A completely different kind of threat hides beneath the freezing waters off the coast. This narrow stretch of ocean is the GIUK Gap, named for Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom. Because of the seafloor and surrounding landmasses, Soviet submarines were geographically forced through this corridor to access the open Atlantic. Throughout the Cold War, Soviet vessels routinely navigated these icy waters, turning the gap into one of the most heavily monitored underwater regions on the planet. Today, as Russia actively rebuilds its Arctic fleet, NATO forces are right back to patrolling that exact same corridor. Greenland effectively forms one solid wall of a physical net, corralling rival navies into predictable, heavily watched checkpoints before they can reach the broader oceans. For decades, that was the entire strategy: early warning and containment. But today, the physical geography of the region is changing. Every year, the Arctic sea ice retreats a little farther. Routes that were historically locked behind impenetrable walls of ice are thawing, remaining open and navigable for longer stretches of the year. That newly opened water means commercial cargo ships, research vessels, and energy prospectors can travel much further north than they ever could before. Greenland's role as an early warning station is now being augmented by commercial growth. New deep water infrastructure is positioning the island as a primary transit point for an emerging Arctic economy. Control over these ports and navigation hubs provides significant leverage over any shipping or exploration moving through these newly accessible northern corridors. That is precisely why Washington refuses to look away. The calculus has shifted from strict military defense to economic competition. But here is where the dynamic gets complicated. The United States isn't the only nation preparing for this thawed future. Another major competitor spotted Greenland's potential years ago, and they have been quietly maneuvering to secure a foothold. And as they arrive at this new frontier, they're bringing a completely different strategy to the table.